If you struggle with getting headaches on a regular basis, and maybe not even on a regular basis, but just, once or twice a week, if you get bad headaches and you feel like it's ruining your day, ruining your productivity, your energy, your mood, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you the top 5 things that are causing you to get headaches. So the first thing that you need to fix in order to get rid of these headaches is optimizing your caffeine intake. So if you are addicted to caffeine, anytime that you don't drink it, you're going to get a headache. So if you drink coffee or energy drinks on a regular basis, then you're not gonna have headaches. But if you let's say you drink a coffee at noon one day and then 9 a.m. the next day, your body's going to be out of whack, you're not gonna be used to it, and you have to be drinking caffeine at the same times every day in the same quantities. And especially if you drink it on a regular basis and then there's one day where you don't drink it, you're going to get a headache, you're going to feel like you have brain fog, you're going to feel tired, shitty, angry, because it's extremely addictive. And I know a lot of guys that will drink coffee, when they have to focus up for some meeting or for some work, event or something where they have to focus, and then they'll go back to their, regular routine, and then they don't drink it, and then they get terrible side effects because they're angry, tired, feeling shitty. And this also goes with any addiction. So if we're talking about nicotine, and you don't do Zins for one day, but you've been doing Zins the last 6 days, you're going to get a headache because your body and your brain is really used to getting its dopamine from caffeine or nicotine. And also, if you're used to scrolling or watching TV, if you spam your dopamine, basically things that make you feel good, like, TikTok, texting, talking to someone that you maybe like or, even don't like, if you're used to doing that and you stop it, you're going to get a headache. So that's why it's good to not be addicted to anything, but if you are, just do it on a regular basis and on a routine, and don't get greedy, wanting more, or, skipping out on drinking coffee, energy drinks, or doing Zins, or even weed or anything like that, or drinking, So be more consistent and build out a routine for when you're going to drink coffee or do these things. Also, an honorable mention that I'm just gonna say now that's not on this 5 is hydration. And it may be pretty self-explanatory, but I know a lot of people who get headaches because they're not drinking enough water. They don't track their water. You need to be drinking a gallon of reverse osmosis or spring water every day. And if you're drinking reverse osmosis, you need to be getting your electrolytes in. So maybe you are drinking enough water a day, but because you're not getting your electrolytes in, you're not actually getting hydrated, and that's gonna, cause so many problems. If you're not hydrated, you can look up the list of, all these problems that will stem from not being hydrated. So, if you don't know about what the electrolytes are, the key ones are calcium, sodium, magnesium, potassium. So for calcium, drink some raw milk, get in some raw dairy, or eat some red meat. For potassium, fruit, bananas, oranges, potassium, boom. Magnesium, avocados, or mineral sea salt. And then sodium, you also get that from the mineral sea salt. So what I like to do in the morning when I wake up is just take 2 pinches or 1 pinch of some mineral sea salt that has the sodium, magnesium, chug with a bunch of water, reverse osmosis preferably because I don't want heavy metals, microplastics, fluoride. I do that, and then I just make sure I get in a gallon of water a day from reverse osmosis. Make sure I eat some fruit every day, make sure I eat red meat every day, and boom, I'm pretty hydrated throughout the day. It's pretty self-explanatory, but most cases, I know a bunch of girls, even like my mom, she'll always be like, oh, my headaches, I have a bad headache. It's like, because you don't drink water, you don't track it, and you're not getting electrolytes. So it's a pretty easy fix, and if you're, if you're not drinking enough water and you're sporadically drinking caffeine, not consistently, you're gonna get fucked up. So the next thing that you need to manage when trying to avoid getting headaches is optimizing and managing your cortisol. Kind of a weird place to write it, but fuck it. So basically, cortisol is the stress hormone. It's what makes you stressed. So in the morning, it's extremely high, and this kind of goes hand in hand with caffeine. But basically in the morning, you don't want it to spike and crash. It basically just goes up and then it'll go to a base level. But if you start doing the wrong things in the morning, as soon as you wake up, it can spike really high and make you feel shitty and cause you to actually be more stressed. So obviously you want to manage your stress overall, and there's so many ways you can do that. But at least for the morning and the night, I'll tell you how to do it. So for the morning, wake up, chug the water with the mineral sea salt. Don't look at your phone, don't listen to music, don't activate your dopamine at all. Either go outside, stare at the sun. Looking towards the sun in the morning, as soon as you wake up for around 30 minutes, will set your circadian rhythm, which is gonna make you a better REM sleep, which is gonna make you be more rested, and then it's gonna make you be less stressed and less tired and pissed off. So, if you look at the sun, don't look at your phone, don't activate your dopamine. You could even go for a walk to burn fat if you're not shredded. If you're cutting, go on a walk, Don't listen to any music, don't text anyone, relax. After 30 minutes to an hour, should be good, then you can start your day. And then, after 90 minutes, drink your caffeine. If you don't know that already, you're not supposed to drink coffee within 90 minutes of waking up because it's gonna fuck with your cortisol and your adenosine. It's gonna make you crash later in the day. So you're gonna be feeling good, your headaches, the headaches aren't gonna come, your head's gonna be clear, boom. So other ways to manage your cortisol is to make sure your hormones are in check. So talking about testosterone, make sure that's high. Make sure your test isn't low, estrogen's too high, especially as a man. Make sure you're lean, have muscle, you won't be inflamed. And just make sure that you're managing your day so that things aren't coming up, you're not getting extremely stressed. And if you're just calm and just taking care of the tasks you have to take throughout the day, it's gonna be pretty simple. And I like to do that through writing out my day in a planner. So the next thing that goes hand in hand with cortisol is your hormones. And basically, as I was saying, it has to do with your testosterone. So getting your testosterone high is extremely important for not getting headaches because, it's gonna make you more confident, more focus, more energy, gonna make you feel better, and it's gonna make you, just feel like the fucking man, like a king, because you're gonna be bigger than everyone, leaner than everyone, faster mentally and physically than everyone. And, it's not good to obviously judge others and flex on others, but at least if you're focusing on yourself, whatever it may be, it's gonna help you get things done on a, quicker time frame. Get them done quicker, more efficiently, and you're gonna be feeling good about it. You're not gonna be worried. Because worrying is what women do. There's gonna be bad things that happen in your life, but the best way to solve them is to just take action and attack and not let them come, eat you alive and, put them off. The best way to solve a problem is to take action. And when your problems build up, when you put them off, that's when you get more stressed and your cortisol will actually spike more, and that's what's gonna give you a headache. So it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple, but getting your testosterone high, eating a whole foods diet, body weight in grams of protein, train 5 to 6 days a week, no alcohol, no weed, no nicotine, just caffeine, boom, your test is gonna be high. So the fourth thing that you need to be doing in order to minimize the amount of headaches you get is to optimize your sleep. So you guys may be thinking, just because you get 8 hours of sleep at night, you may think that you're actually getting rested and you're recovering. But REM sleep is actually what matters. So you could be asleep, after you drink alcohol or smoke weed before bed, you could be out for 10 hours, but you won't even get a single hour of REM sleep. And REM sleep is actually when your body's in the deepest state of sleep and when you're actually getting recovered the most. Your muscles are growing the most, your brain's repairing itself the most. That's when you're actually resting and recovering. So optimizing the amount of REM sleep you get is what's important here. And there's many ways to do that, but basically if you don't dream, you're not getting any REM sleep. Like when I just smoke weed and drink, I would never have dreams, and that's because I was getting absolutely no REM sleep. So the best way to do that is obviously, as I said, no alcohol, no weed, no caffeine after noon. Making sure you get your magnesium in, that's like one of the most important minerals that has to do with your sleep production, melatonin production. So you don't want to take any artificial melatonin because you can fall asleep and then you won't actually stay asleep. And then what else? So sleeping in a cold room, mouth taping, making sure the airflow is good, there's not too much dust. Like this fucking room, it sounds like a mouth breathing because there's no fucking airflow in here. But and then just making sure there's no lights in your room. And also making sure you're sleeping on a consistent basis, consistent schedule, not waking up at 7 and waking up at 10 the next day. Making sure you're waking up at 7 every day, going to bed around 10 or 11 every night. Boom, you're on the routine, your body's used to it. And then when you wake up, getting sunlight on your eyes, not looking at your screen, is going to reset your circadian rhythm, which is basically like your body. It's crazy how your body gets more REM sleep when you're asleep with the sun. Like people think, oh, just because I'm asleep, I'm resting. It's like people who work the night shift and are asleep during the day get like no REM sleep. They're aging their bodies at an extreme rate. You're literally killing yourself doing that. So you never want to like take naps, sleep during the day. You just want to go to sleep at night, be awake during the day. Boom, perfect. And the fifth and final thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to minimizing the amount of headaches you get is stretching. So basically, tightness and inflammation can really cause you to be stressed and give you a headache and make your head hurt. So stretching out your traps in your neck and making sure your back isn't sore actually all relates to the stress and tension in your head. So the best way to do this is to make sure you're stretching your neck out to make sure it's not tight. Because if you're looking down at a desk or a computer like this, if you're looking down a little bit, or even if you're looking at your phone like this, my neck will get super tight, my traps will get super tight, and then it's gonna go up your neck to here, and then like when you massage here, it feels so good. So you wanna massage here, stretch your neck, this way, there. Make sure you're keeping blood flow in there. It's not, just being stiff. And then just making sure, even your chest, shoulders, back, just making sure your upper body's, moving around. You're not sitting like this for hours on end. Also making sure that the way you are sleeping is good, because if you sleep on your side and your head's like this instead of like this, then basically if you're like this all night, there's gonna be a knot here, it's gonna be tight. You wanna definitely loosen up with massaging and stretching. And those are pretty easy ways to, make sure that you're not tight. It's pretty simple, but sometimes if you don't think about it and just let it go by, you're like, damn, why is my head hurting? Why am I feeling so tight and like stressed out? But it also goes with like, not being inflamed. If you're eating Seagulls processed food, you're gonna be inflamed. You're gonna be there's gonna be tension. You're not gonna be feeling good. So like everything kind of goes hand in hand, like your diet, lifestyle, training, exercise. Also like having muscle mass, like trap mass, neck strength is gonna help, because once you, like old heads who basically have no muscle, they're just using all their tendons and joints and ligaments, and they're just using those things to hold up their head. Your head's pretty fucking heavy. So if you have no muscle mass, you're gonna get inflamed, you're gonna get tight, it's gonna feel like you're gonna be hunched over, people are like this because they have no muscle. So basically you wanna make sure that you're maintaining and growing as much muscle as long as you can, because muscle mass and longevity are directly correlated when it comes to living long. So basically, these are the top 5 things that you have to focus on when it comes to avoiding headaches. And if you feel like you wanna grow a lot of muscle, feel good, look good, have high testosterone, get good sleep, manage your cortisol, optimize your daily routine, make sure you're feeling good, looking good, book a call with me so I can see if you'd be a good fit for my one-on-one coaching, and I'll see if I can help optimize all of these things to make you the best version of yourself, feel high test, get jacked, look good, feel good, and yeah, I'd love to help you out. Book a call with me and I'll see if I can help get you right.